What is going on, you midnight space monkeys? Welcome to No Rest Gaming. I'm your host, the one, the only Devilman, and this is my Empyrion Let's Play. This is episode 7, and today we're going to do a little update. I changed to experimental mode, and we'll just chill off a little bit of things here. It'll be a short and quick video while I explain kind of some of the changes that are in experimental mode, and kind of a little bit what's going on in my life, why I haven't posted in a while. First off, why I haven't posted in a while is because I've been looking for a job. It's just one of those things. I need income, and YouTube doesn't give me any. I don't have enough subscribers. I don't have enough views. That's just it. I've been spending most of my days trying to get subscribers, or not trying to get subscribers, but trying to look for jobs, trying to get things done. I have to move soon, so I have to find my way into the world, into the real worlds. That's just life. Sometimes life gets in the way of things you want to do. So I haven't had a chance to really play any Empyrion. I really haven't had a chance to do anything. I've been playing a lot of Star Trek Online because I've been wanting to get into that. Mainly because they plan on releasing a console version of Star Trek Online in end of fall, I'm assuming. Fall of 2016, so that'll be fun. Even if it's a free-to-play game, it's one of those games where I think I would really like to get back into MMOs. My big thing was a couple years ago was DC Universe Online. I loved it. I love playing it. The only problem was I hated paying for it. I mean, it was one of those things. Was like, hey, if I could have dropped $200, in 2010 when it first released to get a lifetime subscription, I'd probably still be playing it. But as it stands now, I've already dropped, I would say, well over $500 into a game I don't really play anymore. That's just subscriptions, that's random shit that's all around. And it needed a lifetime subscription to keep me going. And for some reason my phone restarted, that's weird. My phone's acting weird. Well, like I said, this is going to be a quick video anyways. As I get my materials. The experimental mode is, well, they say it's experimental. It's something that could pump out patches more quickly. It's something that could make tests, get ideas of what's going on beforehand. Before they patch it through. This is alpha 1.7, blah, blah, blah. And some of the patches, or some of the things that they added was they changed the model of the generators and the gravity generators. I don't have a gravity generator out here. Let's see if I can. Oh, there's probably one in the ship. We'll just go there. They also changed it so if you see the holographic screens, if you were to come here and turn things off, the holographic screens turn off too. Just one of those things. What else did they add? They added a new cockpit, and I'll show you that outside as soon as I dump this stuff out. They added a new cockpit for small vessels, it looks like. It's actually easier seen from the text tree. Just go to small vessels. It's small vessels and hover vessels. If you scroll down to 15 here, you'll see they added a new cockpit. I'm pretty sure this wasn't in the game before, mainly because this was like the one tech thing I didn't have undone, or I didn't have unlocked. So I don't think they had this one in. I'm pretty sure they didn't, but I'll take you outside real quick to check it out. Let me dump this stuff in here first. One of the updates they had in the last update before the experimental is now stuff stacks. I don't know if I went over that or not. So now everything that was in 4 refrigerators, I took out these other 3, now fits into 1, so that's always good. Let's head out front. Out front is where I have the new cockpit, and as you see, the shape and design of it has made it so you can kind of get this kind of like look to it. Let's see if I can get a V to it. Kind of give it kind of like an angled look. I'm sure you can make better things. I'm not the best thing in the around. Here, let's get right in here. It has a distinct shape to it, so come on, there you go. As you see, it has a distinct shape to it, so you can kind of play with it. It is one of those nice little things. I don't know how I feel about it. It's just because I'm not a big fan of small vessels. I really wish you could make in what is it called? In Space Engineers, you could always make the small vessels gone large, so you could add more details to your bigger vessels, but have them kind of like a mid vessel. But here, you go inside it real quick. I just added a generator and a fuel tank just to see what the inside looks like. There it is. It's nothing special. You see, you got the windows over here. That's all it is. I don't know the strength of it or anything. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. What is? That's not T. It's Y. Y turns on and off. Also, what they did. Let's go upstairs real quick. They added emergency generator or emergency O2 generators. Let's see if I can find it. Come on, you. Ugh, I hate when my stuff's way down here. Is it in here? Yeah, they have an emergency O2 generator. Converts H2O into oxygen bottles. Must be deployed in water, which is really weird because it's got an O2 generator which does the same thing. But it literally, like if you look at it, like metal component, I could probably make it right now. It takes the same metal components. It takes the same control devices, computers, and motors. It's just one of those weird things. Like I don't know why they added it. Like I said, they changed. They have a large generator, a regular generator. Let's see, base. They changed the gravity generator. Can I even make it? I don't think I'll make it. I have to go and probably my ship has got all the stuff in it. Change the gravity ship generator for it. The model and the normal generators. Did I make this? All right. Let's go plant this in the water and see what it does. Hey. Thank you. But as you see, there's the model of the new generator. It looks okay. It takes up the same amount of space. I don't see the difference really. O2, it's got to be placed in water. We'll place it right here. It looks just smaller, honestly. F to access emergency, and you can apparently pick it up. A left shift and F can pick it up. So I guess that's one of the good things about it is if that's my pickup button. Left shift and F. Left shift and F. There you go. So I can pick it up at will. I forgot to change some of the buttons around. Tab is now the new inventory. I did adjust my mouse, so it's still just kind of the same. But okay, let's go inside and see it. So this is off. Well, I got no power, so it could hold this much power, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It holds 14 power, and it delivers 1, 2, 3, it holds 7 oxygen bottles. But then you go over here. Do I have an oxygen generator? I have a water generator and an H2 generator. So I mean, it looks like it's a basic hold, but I think it's more. I think it's mainly for when you're first starting out on a base, such as like Omicron, where you don't really have oxygen at the ready, and it's something you can make and pick up as you need. Oh, you know, I added a thing here. And what else did they add? They added new combat hardened blocks, and they increased the HP of. We won't go in there yet. They increased the HP, the health of hardened steel blocks. So let's just go upstairs real quick and show you what I'm talking about. Gotta get my thing out. I added a couple more railings there for style. But I really haven't done too much. Okay, so what we'll need is there's one regular steel block, one hardened steel block, and one combat steel block. We see here the combat steel block is has a hit points of 500, has a mass of 500 kilograms. It's a hardened steel block. It's a half the weight and 150 hit points. So it's half the weight, but a lot less in hit points. To be equal, it should have 250 hit points. And then you have a regular steel block, which is 50 hit points and 120 kilograms. So it's really on the low end of the spectrum here. Really quick, I'll show you where to find them in the constructor if I don't fall off here. Iron blocks. Ugh, my nose. They are right. Where are they? Combat steel blocks. They take a hardened steel plate. They take 10 of them and 6 more components, whereas these just take steel plates. So it's a little different things that they have in there. I don't have any iron in here, but the steel plates. Shit, where are the steel plates? I'm just so confused right now. It should be right here, but I can't make anything. Oh, probably because I have. There you go. Steel plate, hardened steel plates are right here, and they take iron ingots and zathium ingots. And zathium you can find in space, so it's like one of those things where you want to build a small vessel first, mine a bunch of zathium, and then you can come down and build the hardened steel plates. And what I have to say about those hardened steel plates is, what I did was earlier today or yesterday, I forgot what day it was because the days kind of melded together. I noticed that when I took my little Polaris here, my Mark II, when I took this sucker out into space and tried to battle it, for some reason the turrets didn't work at all. I had to go back through and fix all the turrets, but they kind of destroyed the bottom area there where the hangar is. So what I did is I kind of replaced all the blocks with heavy, what are they, the combat steel blocks, because they have 500 hit points now. So hopefully it won't take as much, it won't take much of a beating now. It'll be able to support some stuff. But when you're placing these, you really want to make sure what you're doing before you place them down. Just a little heads up. Here's a normal steel block at, what is it, 120 hit points? Or, yeah, it's 120 hit points. There's a hardened steel block at 150. There's your combat steel block. Now, the hardened steel and the combat steel, they adjusted so that regular firearms, handheld firearms, they're not going to be able to do damage to it at all, period. That's it. They're not going to do damage to it at all. The only way you can destroy these two blocks is with a repair tool or a rocket launcher, which is something I think is going to be nice. It's definitely mainly, I think, for PvP. Maybe we'll even see it on planets where they make bases out of this, and you can't just, like, you know, break through. You're going to have to actually go through doors and get in choke points and stuff. But if you want to see how bad it is when you place one of these steel blocks, here's a light block here. It's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 100 hit points right there, basically. 4, so it takes 5. It takes, the repair torch does 25 damage. So here's this one here. It's going to take probably 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Takes 10. I don't know why it takes 10. That was 6, that was 10. Here's the combat hardened steel. So if you misplace one of these blocks and you want to take these things apart, you got, there's 5, there's 10, there's 15, there's 20, there's 25, 30, 32. It's going to take 32 blasts from your repair remove torch to get rid of those blocks. That's how much strength those things have. So it's one of those things that it'll be interesting to use. And now they do weigh a bunch more, so they weigh 500 kilograms more. So it's not something you want to make your entire ship out of. But I would have to say that you might want to make an outer hull of it. As you see here, this darkened area. This right here is dark combat steel, and this here is all combat steel. It's kind of in the front area where I plan on taking the brunt of my hits. Even the ramp there is combat hardened steel. Pretty much all the way to where the blue line is combat hardened steel, and it's just in the front. I think I literally stopped right here. Right here is the last bit of the combat hardened steel, because when I go in, and if I have to, you know, oh shoot, I'm already torn up. I took some damage, didn't even know. So when I go in a fight, whether it be in space or with my turrets or whatever, they're gonna be hitting in here. I don't know why. That's probably where the core is somewhere. I don't know why. That's why they always aim for the core, but that's where they're gonna be hitting. And it's kind of disgusting. Oh, you can see it right here. Look at that. I can't get in there. I just want to repair it. Ugh. I gotta wait for my shit to charge. They also added new. Let's see if I can get up here and get this real quick. They also added new visual settings. You see here they added. I feel like the field of view is new too. I don't remember being able to set that, but they added a ambient occlusion. They added image processing, which is probably gonna slow my shit down, and bloom. I'm pretty sure I don't like the bloom. Like I just like my stuff being as fast as this. As you can see here, it's like tanking my system. Now my system's not great, but look, I turn all those on, and it's just like, I can't move because it like pumps up the shadows a lot. I mean, it pumps up the shadows a lot, and just a lot of stuff you don't need. I've never been a graphics guy. I'm more a gameplay guy. That's how I always am. There's a tipping point. There is a tipping point. When it comes to graphics and gameplay, where it's like if the graphics are just too bad, if they look like they're dirt, wrapped in more dirt, I'm not gonna want to play it at all. that's just life. I don't think anything's damaged in here. I just added. I tried to keep it all the same, but it didn't really happen too well. So as long as the graphics don't look like dirt, you know, I'm happy. Let's see what else did I add. I didn't really add anything else to the thing. I didn't, I didn't change much. Let's see if I can get over here. I think this took a beating. Yeah, you can tell these are kind of like light combat blocks because they took like one hit probably. Eventually, I will probably go around and try to replace all the light armor blocks with combat blocks. This is something I can do in space when I can more readily get where I need to go. That's just one of those things. You don't want to ever build anything on a planet, like if you can avoid it. Like I said, when it comes down to it, when you get your first space vessel, small vessel, whatever, to move to space, so you can go to build a capital vessel, you pretty much want to get something that's on the workshop, just so you can easily build it, because otherwise it's a pain in the fucking ass and you're not going to like it. It's going to drive you insane not being able to lift or move anything. That's just what it is. It's just you're just going to go insane for it. Anyways, I think that's about it for right now. I think what I'm going to end up doing soon, either next episode or the episode after, is I'm going to go look up the planets, and I'm going to try to find another oxygen-rich green planet. If you haven't tell, I've pretty much been everywhere on this planet. I've destroyed pretty much everything. There's an old hover vessel. I've done the crashed Titans. I've done all the outposts. I've even done the drone base and the mines and everything. I pretty much just destroyed everything. There's not really much to do on Akua anymore. And I really don't want to go to Omicron just because I don't like the desert theme. I don't like the desert theme. I never liked desert themes. It feels so weird. So I think what I'm going to end up doing... No. Can I eat that too? Yeah, I can. What I end up doing is I'm going to get some more warp crystals. They're easy to find. They're like underwater here. Especially in this lake. I know I've built this thing forever. Oh, I'm drowning. Last time I've been on this lake or at a different lake, I've found some blue crystals, and that's what I've been using to use the warp drive. But I will try to use the warp drive, and I will try to find a new planet that's similar. That is similar to Akua, that might be having a different base or something on it, and I will try to build a base on it. Just because Akua really doesn't have anything left for me. I really hate how there's no swimming. I could have sworn an update ago there was swimming. Maybe if I turn J off. Yeah, that's really weird. I think if you have a jetpack on, you can't swim, which is really weird. Oh well, I'm not too worried about it. And once I find a new place similar to Akua, I will build a base there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the update. If you guys play in experimental mode, just be warned that it is in experimental mode, and shit can go wrong. It's just that's the way of experimental mode. They're trying new things. That's the way they kind of push things up to see what they want to push in an update or what they want to leave behind and work on more. Um, that's just the gist of it. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to like, give it a thumbs up, or comment. And yeah, hope to see you guys on the next one.